pay off debt and save money at the same time. I'm Michael Silva and you're watching Figuring Out the Money. If you are staring at a mountain of debt in your life, you have came to the right place. We are going to dive into how we can pay down that debt and save money at the same time. If you're feeling a loss of control of your income, trust me, I have been there, but I can tell you this, if you have the hard work and discipline that it takes to pay down debt, it will all be worth it. We're going to be discussing the 3 categories that you can break your income into and the percentages to give you a better idea and framework to really get you going in the right direction. But before we do that, what you need to know is what your total income is. Once you have your total income down, then we'll start to be able to break that into every section. Now, you might be looking at your total income and saying, well, I don't have enough to start paying down these debts. Well, that's okay. There's actually 2 ways to get extra money, and I'm gonna have videos for both of those. The first way to get extra money is to lower expenses. The second way to get extra money is to increase your income. So once you know your total income, we're gonna break it into those 3 sections. The first section is expenses. Your expenses are your overall monthly bills. The goal is to get this down to 70% of your total income. Look, if you're thinking that that's easy to do, perfect, then get it lower. But if you're looking at it and like, it's gonna be hard to get there, well, then you're gonna have to watch the video on how you can increase your income or lower your expenses. Once you get your expenses down to 70%, that leaves us with 30% to move around with. The next is gonna be debt. Debt you want to get to 25%. Now, I'm gonna tell you how to pay off your credit cards here in just a second, but just know that you wanna be able to make your minimum payments, and that falls into your expense category, but then we want 25% extra to go into debt. So expenses 70%, debt is gonna be down to 25%, and then the last remaining piece, we have 5% for savings. Now, the beautiful thing about keeping 5% for savings is this. When you're paying down debt, you get to see that go down, which is a reward, but then you can also see your savings grow. Now, 5% is not gonna be this life-changing amount, but you're gonna feel really good during that process of seeing your money grow and then your debt go down. So, those are the 3 categories I want to focus on, but now let's focus more on how to pay down that debt. It's called the Snowball method, and that's by Dave Ramsey. The Snowball method is basically where you lay out every single one of your debts in order from smallest to largest. And once you have that written down, you're gonna make minimum payments on all of them, but you're gonna take that 25% we talked about and you're gonna make that payment towards the number 1 spot. Give an example here. Say you have one credit card of $500, you have another credit card of $1,000, and then you have a car of $20,000, okay? You're gonna stack rank them just like this. I'll put it up here. And then you're going to, in your expenses, you're gonna basically 70% of your expenses, those are gonna be the minimum payments plus any other outside expenses. And then the 25% extra is gonna go to number 1 until it is paid off. Now, why do I do it like that? Well, it's because you can then feel a small win. You gotta knock out these small ones and then get to the bigger ones. That's why they call it the snowball method. It goes from small, rolls down the mountain, and then gets bigger and bigger. The other option is what's called the avalanche method. I'm not the biggest fan of the avalanche method, which it could be debated back and forth, but that's when you stack rank your highest interest cards first, and then you pay them off from there to the lowest. Look, it's complicated and it's just an extra step in the process. Look, if your goal is to pay down debt, those interest rates don't necessarily matter as much because the faster you pay them down, the lower the interest rate in the long run is anyway. So that's all I have for you guys today. Guys, have a good day.